Breaking news coming out. Social Security beneficiary scammers and fraudsters have been arrested. And if you are glad to hear that these scammers that are frauding Social Security are being locked away, put yes in the comments and hit that like button. Now, let's take a look at some of these headlines so that way you can see them for yourself. As you guys know, here on the channel, I cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it, hyperlink it so that way you can see it for yourself and know and rest assured that this is the latest. Now, here you can see Quincy woman sentenced for Social Security fraud. You can see the date right here, Thursday, April the 3rd, 2025. We're going to be taking a look at this. Here's another one. New York man sentenced to more than 2 years in prison for money laundering connected to stolen federal funds. And yes, it is going to be Social Security. I believe this one is SSDI, so disability. They are stealing from the funds. Now, in addition to that, we have received word from Elon Musk that there is a big one. This is not the big one, though. Musk says there is a scammer who stole Americans' data that is going to be facing an imminent arrest. They are saying they know who it is. Musk is heading up Doge, a department created by the Trump administration since coming to power for the second term, which is working hard to uncover government overspending and fraud. And take a look here. Musk says Social Security scammer allegedly ripped off 400,000 individuals in America facing imminent arrest. I believe someone is going to be arrested tomorrow, said Elon Musk on April 1st. Now, that arrest, we are yet to see it come to fruition, but they are saying that there is a major Social Security scammer that has massively ripped off the American people from Social Security funds, somebody inside of the Social Security Administration. Now, if you missed my video from 2 days ago, I covered it with you. We heard the details. They said it was an individual taking numbers, emailing it to themselves, and then doing something, they said, nefarious with it. They're saying it is massive fraud that is being discovered, and fraudsters are coming to light. There are arrests and sentences taking place, and there is yet to be divulged a big one. Now, also, again, let me know your thoughts. We're hearing that over the weekend, this week, that there was massive protests, hands-off protests, as people around the nation in all 50 states, we are hearing, protested against Elon Musk, Doge, Donald Trump, saying, get your hands off of federal programs, hands off of Social Security. We don't want you tapping into these funds. However, we are hearing as well that Elon Musk is saying, no, I am trying to help preserve these various different federal programs and help your funds. In fact, Elon Musk says Social Security recipients, they should get more money when Doge's work is done, that you will get more money as a result of what is going on with the Department of Government Efficiency and Doge for Social Security. Now, let me know your thoughts then. If you are on board with Doge, Elon Musk, and what is taking place right now, drop a 47 in the comments for support for what is taking place. If you do not, and you prefer the previous administration's approach, put a 46 in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. As like I said, over the weekend, we saw protests in all 50 states for the hands-off protesting Doge, Elon Musk, and everything that is going on. But right now, we are hearing that Elon Musk is saying arrests are imminent. They are catching fraudsters. They're trying to cut back on the fraud, waste, and abuse. And he is saying by the time that we are done with this, you will have more money coming your way for Social Security. We might be able to extend the solvency. Who knows? Maybe there will even be a Doge dividend refund check for Social Security specifically. And I'm going to be keeping my eye on that Doge dividend refund check as well and let you guys know if there's any updates on that. As you guys know here on the channel, I'm watching all of these things: Social Security, stimulus checks, what's going on with the economy, tariffs, potential World War III threats, what's going on with Russia, China. I will keep you up to speed on everything. And to stay up to date, it is totally free here on the channel. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and I'll let you know as soon as breaking news comes out. I cite the sources, put it right on the screen, read right from it so you can see and rest assured and know that this is the latest information. And again, if you appreciate that, take a second, hit that like button for me. But we're going to dive right in, get you caught up on the latest on these arrests that have taken place in just the past 3 days. And like I said, these are just some of the scammers that have been captured, that have been caught and sentenced. So for those that are saying that there's no fraud going on, everything is fine? Well, let me know your thoughts, because we are seeing that there are actually fraudsters being caught ripping off people to the tunes of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we're hearing there is one that is still yet to be divulged to the public. But they know that there is one individual that has stole over 400,000 different Social Security account information, and they're saying is ripping off federal taxpayers and the Social Security Administration. So let's go ahead and get right to it, though, so that way you can see it for yourself. I'm going to cover the details of these arrests as to what has happened with Social Security for you. So take a look. Quincy woman sentenced for Social Security fraud. Thursday, April the 3rd, 2025. It says defendant stole disability benefits. So this one is SSDI and stole it for 9 years. In Boston, a Quincy woman was sentenced today in federal court in Boston for fraudulently receiving Social Security disability benefits. Crystal Gesamaria, 41, was sentenced by U.S. Magistrate Judge Jennifer Bowl to 3 years of probation and ordered to pay $93,603 in restitution. Earlier in the hearing, Gesamaria pleaded guilty to one count of misdemeanor theft of government money. Gesamaria was charged in October of 2024, so these are actually pre-Doge, but they are cracking down right now, a batch of individuals that are frauding Social Security. They are being sentenced. Now, from July of 2013 to August of 2022, Gesamaria stole $93,603 in Social Security Administration, or SSA, disability benefits by failing to report her 2013 marriage and making multiple misleading statements to SSA regarding her marital status. Gesamaria had been receiving disability adult child DAC benefits since March of 2005. Married individuals with limited expectations are ineligible for DAC benefits. SSA informed Gesamaria of this eligibility criteria when she began receiving DAC benefits and sent several written reminders of her obligation to report any change in her marital status. During a continuing disability review in 2016, Gesamaria submitted to SSA several forms as well as an affidavit from her husband that contained misleading information about their relationship with references to him as a friend or a roommate. When she was confronted by an SSA employee in May of 2022 about an allegation that she was married and reminded again of the potential impact on her DAC benefits, Gesamaria denied knowing anything about the marriage. United States Attorney Leah Foyle and Amy Conley, Special Agent in charge of the Social Security Administration, Office of Inspector General, Office of Investigations, Boston Field Division, made the announcement today. Special Assistant U.S. Attorney James Nagelberg of the Major Crimes Unit prosecuted the case, updated April 3rd, 2025. So you can see the crackdowns are coming on those that are frauding Social Security. So this is a Quincy woman who was just sentenced for ripping off almost $100,000 from disability. If you are somebody that is on Social Security or disability, you are glad to hear that they are capturing these individuals. Put yes in the comments and hit that like button for me. So they are going through, and make no mistake, we're hearing this is just the beginning. They are cracking down on the fraud. And this was unfolding before Doge, but it feels like Doge is giving this a major push to get done, cracking down on these fraudsters. And in addition to that, we're hearing there is a big one that is going to be coming. But let's take a look at another one that just unfolded as well. United States Attorney Office, Eastern District of Pennsylvania. A New York man sentenced to more than 2 years in prison for money laundering connected to stolen federal funds. And yes, it is also, again, Social Security. Now, you can see this one also. Thursday, April the 3rd, 2025, the United States Attorney David Metcalf announced that Jing Zhang, 35, of Queens, New York, was sentenced Tuesday by the United States District Court Judge Timothy Savage to 28 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release for his role in a conspiracy to launder approximately $2.98 million of fraud proceeded from various sources, including more than $426,000 in stolen Social Security retirement funds. Stealing the retirement money through fraud through the Social Security. Mr. Xing Zhang. Let's see here, reading on, and COVID-19 funds as well. From the State Workforce Agency of Pennsylvania, Illinois, Indiana, West Virginia, Arizona, and Ohio. So he did 6 different states ripping off funds, fraud, and Social Security. Zhang was also ordered to pay $426,044 in restitution to the Social Security Administration and the various state workforce agencies, and a forfeiture judgment of $745,000. So it does not pay to rip off the Social Security, rip off retirement, disability. They will find you if you are doing this. And right now we're hearing they are cracking down. In December of last year, Zhang pleaded guilty to a one-count information charging him with conspiracy to commit money laundering. As stated in the information and admitted by Zhang, he and an unidentified conspirator who operated under the pseudonyms Christian da Silva and Christian Hernandez agreed to launder fraud proceeds. In furtherance of the conspiracy, fraudulent applications were filed online for SSA retirement insurance benefits and COVID-19 Pandemic Unemployment Act, the PUA funds, using the stolen identities and personal information of eligible retirees and other individuals, and those benefit payments were directed to bank accounts controlled by the conspirators. So, taking other people's retirement or Social Security information, claiming PUA unemployment funds, claiming SSA retirement funds, then having them directed to their own personal bank accounts, literally stealing people's money from Social Security. Christian also conspired with a related defendant, Marin Ortiz, 46, of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, whom Christian met through an online dating website. The two started a relationship via digital messaging, and Ortiz began helping her online paramour execute the fraud scheme, filing fraudulent claims for the SSA RIB payments. The scheme targeted high-wage earners over the age of 62 who had not yet filed for Social Security retirement benefits and impacted at least 23 victims. So, going after specifically individuals that should be close to retirement, claiming it for them, stealing their information, and then stealing their checks. Ortiz admitted opening 10 bank accounts as Christian's direction in order to receive the fraudulently issued government funds and then withdrawing the funds, purchasing gift cards with the cash, and then laundering the funds back to her conspirator through the gift cards by providing him with an account number and unique 4-digit personal identification number for each gift card. Wow. John Glass, thank you for the $5 super chat. Steve, what is your vote, 46 or 47? And I know you don't know, but what is your guess to why people are putting a 46? Well, John, I think you nailed it. 47. I personally am glad to see this happening. I feel like this has been going on for quite some time, and I'm very glad to see things getting cleaned up. I think that honestly, you'd have to be naive to not believe that our federal government has corruption inside of it, to not believe that there are those that are higher up that are ripping things off, and for us to dive into the details of it, someone has to be brave enough and have the intestinal fortitude to push through and know that there are people in high places that are corrupt that are going to push against you. So I'm very thankful that this is happening, and I believe that if this does unfold, that there will be good things that will come out of it. Now, short term, there might be disruption and pain, but I personally am glad to see this happening, and I hope that it brings good things. We will see. Now, there are those that think that they believe that maybe Elon Musk is messing things up. That might be the reason for the 46s. We will see. It's just my opinion. I might be wrong. I'll keep you up to date. Love Life, thank you for the $5 super chat. 28 months in prison, that's it? Trump better make an example of these clowns. I did 2 years in prison for other things that wasn't mine. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Love Life. Thank you for the $5 super chat, and I will keep you up to date on all of this. Let me know, do you agree with Love Life that they should get sentenced more than just 28 months? Jerry, thank you for the $20 super chat. We appreciate you, Steve. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. I will continue to keep you up to date. Let's go ahead and continue reading about these fraudsters ripping off Social Security. Now it says, beginning in or about May of 2020, Christian introduced Ortiz to provide him with the debit cards for bank accounts into which the stolen funds were electronically deposited. Using various encrypted communication platforms, Christian and Zhang then conspired to further launder these funds. They agreed that Christian would sell debit cards and gift cards to Zhang in exchange for cryptocurrency, both knowing that the funds were the proceeds of unlawful activity and that the transactions were designed in whole or in part to conceal and disguise the nature, location, source, and ownership and control of these proceeds. Now, during the course of the conspiracy, Zhang purchased approximately 1,565 debit cards and or gift cards from Christian, valued at approximately $2.98 million, which he laundered and exchanged for cryptocurrency from Christian. In all, Zhang retained approximately 25% of the value of the debit and gift cards that he exchanged. Of the approximately $2.98 million laundered, approximately $96,500 worth of fraud proceeds were traceable to Mirna Ortiz's bank accounts, which contained a stolen SSA, RIB, and PUA fraud proceeds. All told, through these schemes, Ortiz conspired to defraud the government and to launder stolen government funds totaling almost $600,000. She was sentenced in January to 1 day in prison, 2 years of supervised release, and restitution of $688,049. Let me know. Do you think that they should serve a longer time in prison than 1 day? Let me know if you agree with Love Life. If so, put yes in the comments. If no, put no. They also hit her with restitution of $688,000, but let me know. Should we lock him up and throw away the key? Should we make an example of him? Let me know your thoughts. Now, while Zhang did not personally participate in the fraud against the government, he knew that the money that he was laundering was criminally derived, said U.S. Attorney Metcalf. Nonetheless, he was happy to participate, launder funds on a near-daily basis, and take his 25% cut, even as his crimes helped perpetuate an underlying fraud. My office will continue to target crooks who steal from the government and those who enable them, dismantle their schemes, and bring them to justice. The millions of dollars fraudulently obtained in this case were intended to support struggling Americans during a time of unprecedented crises, not to line the pockets of those driven by greed. And again, some people might think that this is a victimless crime. No, this is hurting the Social Security trust funds, taxpayers. This is meant to go out for those that are on disability, those that are retired, literally taking the funds of those that are yet to retire, claiming them for themselves. This is impacting all of Social Security. This is some of the fraud that is being reported by Elon Musk and Doge, and they are tracking down. Now, as I mentioned, this is just a couple of cases, and they're saying waves of these are going to be coming. So if there are those that are scamming, frauding Social Security, they're coming for you. And there's a big one, they said, that's going to be coming here very soon. The FBI remains committed to protecting the integrity of these vital relief programs, and we're grateful for the continued collaboration of our partners as we hold accountable those who exploit them through egregious and complex financial schemes. This 28-month prison sentence holds Mr. Zhang accountable for stealing money from rightful beneficiaries who rely on these funds to survive, said Colleen Lawler, special agent in Chicago, in charge, SSA Office and Inspector General, Philadelphia Field Division. I thank our law enforcement partners for their assistance and the U.S. Attorney's Office for prosecuting this complex case. Xing Zheng and his co-conspirator defrauded multiple state workforce agencies by filing for unemployment insurance benefits in the names of identity theft victims who were not entitled to such benefits. As a result, Zheng enriched himself by stealing taxpayer resources intended for unemployed American workers. This sentencing affirms the Office of Inspector General's commitment to work with our federal and state law enforcement partners to protect the integrity of the UI system from those who seek to exploit this critical benefit program, stated Cyrita Scott, Special Agent in charge of the Middle Atlantic Regional U.S. Department of Labor, Office of Inspector General. The case was investigated by the Social Security Administration Office of Inspector General, the FBI, and the Department of Labor Office and Inspector General, and is being prosecuted by Special Agent United States Attorney Megan Curran. And there you have it, you guys. Also coming out today, not today, but April 3rd, 2025. So, major fraudsters are being tracked down, prosecuted, sentenced, arrested in the United States. And if you are glad to see this taking place again, hit that like button. And we're hearing there's a big one coming. And when that big one hits, I will be reporting it here on the channel. So to stay up to date, don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free. I will let you know when the big one hits, because we are hearing Musk says Social Security scammer who allegedly ripped off 400,000 people is going to be facing an imminent arrest. Now, I covered this in detail, even played the video footage for you, but very quickly, Elon Musk said that an alleged scammer who reportedly ripped off 400,000 Americans by selling their Social Security numbers is facing an imminent arrest. I believe that someone is going to be arrested tomorrow because there's someone who has actually stole 400,000 Social Security numbers and personal information from Social Security's database. Musk said during a teletown hall in Wisconsin on Monday evening. Wisconsin is holding a high-stakes state Supreme Court election Tuesday that will determine if the state's highest court will hold a liberal or conservative majority by filing a retiring justice's seat. The person was selling Social Security numbers and all the identification information in order for people to basically steal money from Social Security. So there you have it, you guys. A lot of people asking about the fraud, mismanagement, waste, and abuse that Doge is claiming. Well, we're hearing it is being revealed, brought to light, and they are tracking people down. Musk was responding to a phone call from a Wisconsin voter who asked if Attorney General Pam Bondi had plans to investigate and prosecute fraud surrounding Social Security. Musk is helping lead the Department of Government Efficiency, which is working to uncover government overspending and fraud, and reported in March that there's a massive amount of fraud related to alleged scammers submitting phony Social Security numbers in an attempt to receive federal benefits. And once they're done with this, Musk is saying, Social Security recipients, you should get more money after the work is done. He said that you will reap the benefits of the work being done by Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. This coming from Elon Musk. We're going to be keeping an eye on this. Now, in addition to that, Donald Trump is saying as well, he wants to get rid of taxes on Social Security, get rid of taxes on tips, get rid of taxes on extra bonus time or overtime. So we're going to be seeing, because right now they're working on the reconciliation bill. We're going to be seeing what's included. We're hearing this is going to be with the Republicans pushing this through on their own, putting in line items that are supported by Donald Trump and the Conservative Party. And we're going to see what gets included. But right now, Social Security is coming to the forefront with all the things taking place with Doge, the agenda of Donald Trump, getting rid of taxes, and also we're going to be keeping an eye on those Doge dividends, which they're saying they want to include in that reconciliation bill as well. So we will see. I will keep you guys up to date here on the channel. But again, if you are glad to see these updates coming out on Social Security, drop a 47 in the comments, as Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they are taking care of business. And as you can see, arrests taking place just in the past couple of days. We're hearing this is just the beginning, the first wave, the first batch, but there is more to come. And so if there are individuals out there scamming Social Security, you're watching this right now, your time is short. They're coming for you. And Elon Musk and Doge, they're trying to get the American taxpayer dollars back on track and make sure that we are being good stewards. And the federal government is working efficiently to use those taxpayer funds to help out those who need it the most. So, like I said, as more comes out on this, I'll continue to keep you guys up to date. And again, these articles, they're all going to be linked down in the description below. I cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it, so that way you can see it for yourself. So I cite sources. They're hyperlinked for you. I see somebody saying your misinformation is terrible. That's Todd Puglisi. Todd, don't know what to tell you. I get all the dates, the sources. They're right there for you. So check it out. I try to hold myself accountable. And if you appreciate that, hit that like button for me. But that is the latest, you guys. We will see where we go from here, and I will keep you up to date. I see Jill saying this is the best news for America. I got to agree. I am glad to hear that this is happening, that they are prosecuting those that are ripping people off. I think that we need to see justice served. Those that are committing these crimes, they need to be sentenced. We need to protect the innocent, protect those that depend on these, and make sure that they are not ripped off. People that have paid into this their entire lives need to make sure that this is available there for them when it is time for them to take it. So very glad to see this. Like I said, as more comes out, I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will keep you up to speed as more comes out. Marcia says, this is the first time I've heard anything reported about this. Thank you, Steve. Marcia, you are very welcome. Hit the subscribe button because I've been following this for a while. A lot coming out on the fraud and the arrests, and there's a big one coming. I'll keep you up to date. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, you guys. God bless. This is Steve.